All right, on to today's show. This is an amazing show, and with us we have Heidi Miget. She is the owner of Fully Booked Consulting, which is a firm she designed to help Airbnb hosts stay fully booked. Now, one of the reasons I'm excited about having her on the show today is because I come from the house cleaning perspective, and every day I'm asked by gobs of house cleaners, how do we connect with the Airbnb hosts? So today we're going to have that conversation, and she's going to share with us some of the pointers so that we can all work together and we can all stay fully booked. Please help me welcome Heidi Miget.
I am Heidi Miget. I'm the owner of Fully Booked Consulting. And I started my business about 2 years ago after being in marketing for over a decade and then being a host myself for about 5 years. I realized that I was helping a lot of other owners kind of navigate Airbnb and VRBO, and just a lot of it just wasn't coming as easily. But because I had been in marketing for a while, I really saw the need to help further kind of educate and walk hosts through this that were completely new to the process. So, about 2 years ago, I decided to leave my corporate gig and start my own business, work with vacation rental owners all over the world to really help them navigate this process. So, I do that with my YouTube channel, Fully Booked Consulting, and I provide about 5 to 7 minute weekly videos. And it's all marketing, how to, and really how to best position your property online so that you can get seen, which then helps you get booked and hopefully have a fully booked calendar.
Well, I love your YouTube show, and I'm going to leave links in the show notes to it so that our viewers can also tune in and find out more about that because it's an awesome idea. Staying fully booked is the whole essence of the game in the Airbnb space or the vacation rental space.
Absolutely. That's the plan. That's the goal. And it doesn't happen overnight, but I definitely want to help owners kind of through what that process looks like.
Because I'm from the house cleaning end of things, I know that a lot of house cleaners are trying to partner with hosts so that they can keep the hosts happy and the hosts can keep their guests happy. How do we go about doing that?
Yeah, it's really about establishing a system and a process that you use every single time because I will say that really cleaning is one of the most important factors to getting a 5-star review. And that's one of the key principles I teach is that it is all about getting a high quantity of 5-star reviews because that is what's going to help their listing rank to the top. And cleaning, as you probably know, can make or break that review. If you're not cleaning the home yourself, I would say it's a hands on process at first and really working together to establish that because every home has its quirks and unique challenges. So it's really about the host guiding that and making sure that a same process is every single time. And it's always really helpful as well the partner that they go in and take pictures before they get started and then after they get started, because that's going to be instrumental in case the host has to submit a claim and they need the evidence of what the home was looking like in the beginning. And it just really helps have that documentation.
So, how does a host go about finding a house cleaner for a property?
It really depends on the market. In our market, we do not have house cleaners that are specific to a vacation rental necessarily. And we are very fortunate that I am a co owner with my parents, and my mom just so happens to have ran the business for 15 years. So we have that part covered. In a lot of the larger markets, though, there are really starting to be more cleaning companies that are specializing in this. So I would really start by, going to good old trusted Google and searching for, Airbnb house cleaners and looking for companies that specialize in this if possible, because there really are some unique challenges that the short term industry has with cleaning a home, which is different than kind of a regular house cleaner. And a lot of that has to do with turnover time. And there are some unique things that you do a little bit differently to make sure that you get that 5-star clean in a very short amount of time.
Let's say that a house cleaner was going to partner with a host. Are there any questions that a house cleaner should ask a host that would help them qualify each other to see if they're a good fit?
There should kind of be a checklist of sorts of, are there cleaning supplies that are locked in the home and how will I access those cleaning supplies? Are there extra sheets for all of their beds? Or, how will I be doing the laundry while there? Am I doing it on site? Is there a service that's doing it off site? I think a couple of those things, just having that locked and loaded so that they know that, all the expectations for them can be accomplished in that short amount of time.
Now, I know when you're talking about listings, the hosts can be inundated with comments and texts and phone calls from guests. Are they also welcome from house cleaners who have questions, or is there a specific way to communicate with your host so you're not like becoming a pest?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that's unique to every host and what they prefer. For us, we value the cleaning part so much that we want those open lines of communication, and certainly would be able to freely text us as needed. But I think that's just really something that should also be established up front, is what that communication looks like. And then, also making sure that the host is providing everything up front to really set them up for success. So I like having, documentation for everything. We have a very specific process that we use, and we documented that. And when my mom isn't able to clean the home, our cleaning team follows that to a T. So I think it's also really setting that up so that all of the most frequent questions are hopefully right in front of them, but then that they have a direct line of communication if needed.
And do you have any particular software that you use to keep that documentation in organized and in one place?
We don't. We just have found that our cleaning team just prefers good old printed paper. And so we have that stored with the cleaning supplies. And that way it's, when they're dealing with products, and it's a little easier just to kind of have some laminated sheets of paper next to them rather than sorting through their phone for something. So for us, we found that just kind of laminated sheets of paper to have the checklist is helpful for them to bring around with them to the different rooms.
Well, they do that in the hotel industry and also in lots of offices where they have the checklist like on the back of the stall door in the bathroom, and it will show like who came in and cleaned at what time. And you can look at it and say, somebody was here an hour ago? I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, exactly.
I know that on your website you have an amenities checklist that you're offering to all of our viewers today, which is exciting. And I would like for you, if you don't mind, to talk for a second about the amenities, because as a house cleaner, we come into the house and there are standard amenities that are expected. And so there's some restocking that's involved. What is the process for restocking? And then also if you start running out, then how do you contact the host, and what is the time frame you need to give them and stuff so that you have enough supplies for your guests?
Well, that locked closet that I referred to, that if possible, if you have that locked closet, that's where all of the cleaning supplies would go, also where all of the restocking items would go. So should be on kind of that checklist of alert the homeowner when the supply is down to X amount. And so really setting those expectations that, if I'm down to one shampoo and conditioner, please let us know so that we can replenish that. And yeah, the checklist is really all of those essential amenities, and then the above and beyond. So as a host, you really get to decide, what your offering looks like. And depending on your price point, you might have, you just need the essentials. But then as we get into the more kind of luxurious offerings, or, whatever that looks like, then you're going to kind of tweak your offering a little bit, because amenities are really what can set you apart on Airbnb or VRBO. When someone's quickly browsing through, those amenities are going to pop out. So what I provide on the checklist is really kind of all of the standard expected amenities, the types of spices that you should be providing. But then also it kind of is a thought starter for, depending on the type of home that you have, what can you provide to go above and beyond? So, for example, if you have a beach home, what can you provide that will help them enjoy that beach, especially if your guests are flying from across the country? Bringing a cooler and an umbrella and a wagon is not going to be realistic. So, thinking about the types of amenities that you can provide that just helps them make their travels a little easier and helps them enjoy what they came to do.
It's interesting that you bring that up, because I remember staying at an Airbnb one time and we were headed out and it had started to rain. And the gentleman said, let me grab you an umbrella. And I thought, oh, that is so nice because I didn't bring one. And it was such a small thing. But I remember commenting on that when I left the rating and review. I was like, he gave me an umbrella. How nice is that? Right. And it was the little added touches that made all the difference.
Yeah, it really is. The small gestures like that really can go a long way. And you'll see that in your reviews. And the reviews are a great way to really gauge what you could be providing and what is getting appreciated the most.
Fully booked consulting. Oh, this is awesome. Can you tell our listeners where they can go to find more about you?
Definitely. Well, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fully Booked Consulting. I post new videos every Tuesday. And you can also find me online at fullybookedconsulting.com.